I am beset by opposition in my attempts to establish peace with the surface world. Resistance and resentment rain down on me from above and below the waves. The further I strive for peace, the more my image is painted as a tyrant. Despite all this, with Mira's help, I have built Spindrift Station as a bridge between the land and sea, open to all who are willing. I just hope the old saying still holds true, that if you build it, they will come. The surface world's rulers view me as a despot seeking to invade their countries. My attempts at diplomacy are met with criticism and insults. Is it any wonder Mira has so much vitriol for her role as Aquawoman? Still, we have built a meeting place for the willing in Spindrift Station. Despite all my heroic efforts to protect the surface realm, my companions in the Justice League still only half-heartedly defend my character to the press. In my court in Atlantis, my most trusted advisors question my actions and motivations down to the worthiness of my choice in a queen. The most cowardly speak in whispers behind my back, wondering if they have the spine to bring thoughts to words. Why do you curse me, Poseidon? Is it not enough that even my own wife now questions my choice to make peace? Could there be a worse time for the conqueror of worlds, Starro, to attack the surface? How could such a thing happen not once, but twice in 2 short years? I took every precaution. So how could Starro return once again, unless someone plots against me?
Arthur is a man of 2 worlds, worthy of a kingdom in either. He is noble, not by birth but by nature. His love and desire to have both his worlds coexist is proof of this. It is the source of my greatest pride and my darkest disappointments. For I too am of 2 worlds, and it is only my love for Arthur that keeps me in this one. The court of Atlantis sees Arthur as a savior when it suits them, and a pariah when it does not. Many of the old guards still believe he is ill-suited, but their beliefs never find their way to words in my company. If it were up to me, I would clean house of all but the most loyal of Arthur's court. Let the politicians and traditionalists earn a real living. While Arthur and I protect both land and sea, they squabble and critique. To the abyss with them all!
The press has already arrived. I will make it known to Arthur in front of all his guests that his wife is a Zebel traitor. Make yourselves at home.
All right, you gum bumpers. You heard the sea sycophant. Let's see if we can't catch us some high society birds and pop some fizzy.
Welcome to the Spindrift Station Dryland Embassy, fostering hope and peace between land and sea.
For as mighty a ruler as he may be, his
The main gala hall is a cultural exchange center to share food, art, and aspects of our individual cultures.
Orm, what are you doing here? I have enough to deal with without you.
Fear not, brother. I am here as a faithful servant of Atlantis. I bring word of your traitor. I fear your beloved Mera is responsible. She has deceived you, Arthur, and in so doing compromised the safety of Atlantis. I discovered her at an ancient temple defamed with arcane Zebel magic. The attacking troops bore the armor of her guards.
Impossible! Mira would never betray me. She is my wife and queen.
Love makes fools of us all, brother. Did I not warn you of her? Behind you!
Arthur Curry, it is time for you to pay for your sin of murder, along with all of these fools who would placate your false nobility. Today, Atlantis will mourn the death of their king, and my father's soul will have retribution.
Manta, I will not allow your twisted obsession with revenge to endanger my guests. If it is my life that you seek, then come, try and take it.
First one is free, the rest will cost you.
I am the king of Atlantis.
I'll gut you for that. I can live with pain.
No more games. Poseidon, give me strength!
That will cost you dearly.
Your strikes lack conviction. This is for my father. You will not stop me. You're holding back. I'll gut you for that. You're going to wish I can live with pain. Can you?
Choke on the bride.
You're going to wish you could. You're holding back. I'll gut you for that.
How about a taste of my trident?
I can live with pain.
No more games.
Feel the power of ocean, my strength.
You're going to wish you could. Your strikes lack conviction.
The crabs will pick at your bow.
I'll gut you for that. You're holding back. I can live with pain. Can you?
You lack the power.
At last we meet. Arthur, son of the House of Atlan. You must wonder why the odds are forever stacked against you. How your delinquency as king has led you here. Enemies crash against your house like the waves on the ocean. Like the great floods of days long past, the deluge is upon you, Aquaman. Atlantis cries out for change. I am that change. I am Coram Wrath, and I will be your undoing.
Brother, if your loyalty to Atlantis was ever true, you will help me stop this maniac.
In this, we are in agreement. No ninth-tried rabble will ever sit upon the throne of Atlantis.
Let's get these brass necks off the Titanic, but not before relieving them of their valuables. Time we part ways, you dancer. It's been pure brilliance, if I speak me true mind. Give us a jingle and we'll have a bevy sometime.
What make you of the relic the Deluge were transporting? It had ancient arcane symbols, similar to the temple I encountered Mera in.
I don't know, Orm, but whatever it is, I fear it serves only evil intentions.
Here is an example of a living water sculpture, a mainstay of Atlantean art. We ask that you refrain from drinking from the water sculptures. Thank you.
These explosions are shaking the very foundations. The Deluge seek to flood the entire station.
I must try to stop the assault. I will rejoin you when I can. Do not let Coram Wrath escape, brother. Do this as a son of the House of Atlan.
Water pollution near coastal cities is intense, so the embassy's viewports are designed to project the unseen, unobstructed beauty of the ocean depths.
The path ahead is flooded. We must drain it to proceed. The dry suit will keep you from drowning while submerged. Be careful. The suit is not as durable as you'd expect. The rest of us must supply oxygen to the suit. Move those tanks, quickly!
Moon pools are a common feature in Atlantean architecture, allowing easy access to the sea.
Give up, you urchin of the ninth tried. We have you trapped.
No, my foolish would-be king. It is you who are trapped. Behold the skull of Triton, the vessel used by the Parliament of Waves to imprison the renegade water elemental Morgwar. It is a shame that your brother is already dead. I would have rather enjoyed him watching you suffer. Alas, I must return to my ship and watch as this station burns. Farewell, tyrant of the House Atlan. Tell Poseidon, the Hadelin of the Deluge, send their regards.
Chamber is flooding. I will hold back the water for as long as I can. You must deal with me.
Waiting for me to say something.
Undo! Control me! Control
Coram Wrath's fleet continues its onslaught. We must stop Morgwar soon. Use this to protect yourselves from him.
I've been told I have quite the gravitas.
Keep it away from the water!
That hurt! This never happened in beta testing. Only a select group was chosen to participate in the Tombot program. Don't you feel special? Hey everybody, this guy is special!
I can help you when you give me the word. Use this to protect yourselves from him. Look out! The elemental wills the ocean against us! Use this to protect yourselves from him.
Why didn't you bring a healer?
Another leak! I must divert my focus.
I'm just an automated recording. Leave me alone. We're recruiting at Ace Chemicals. Just don't ask why.
I can help you when you give me the word. Use this to protect yourselves from him. I can help you when you give me the word. The sea pressure continues to rise. I cannot hold back the waters for much longer. The building is collapsing. Arthur has failed Atlantis yet again. Go. I will save the remaining Atlantean.
I have not abandoned you, brother. Wrath's fleets are in retreat, but the damage to the station is done. Mirror Master has evacuated the civilians. There is nothing more we can do.
I stand corrected. This Quorum Raft is more than any ninth-tried flotsam I have ever faced. We survived only thanks to my honor guard.
Then I owe you all my thanks. But there will be time for appreciation later. We must go!
From my first memory, the people of the Ninth Tribe were as proud as they were loyal. They were hardy, unashamed, and resourceful people who were unappreciated by the other houses. I was never ashamed of my birthright. I remember the pride my father took in calling himself a Hadalin, an Atlantean word for those that dwell in the midnight zone of the deep sea floor. For me, it was a term of camaraderie and patriotism that set us apart. That was until I learned what the other houses called us. Bottom feeders. The true meaning of the word Hadalin. The dregs that feed off the fodder of those above them, the Forsaken. Yet how can this be when our king is not even a full-blooded Atlantean? How can Arthur Curry reside over the entire kingdom of Atlantis when he cares more for the trash that dwells above the waves? So, I have called out to the loyal, the hardy, the unashamed of the Ninth Tribe. I have set a call to action, a wave in motion, and that wave has grown. It is violent and all-consuming. It is the deluge of legend, and it will swallow the land and the entire house of Atlan before I am through. And when the seas find peace again, the House of Wrath will rise.
Arthur Curry, the Aquaman, ruler of Atlantis and king of its underwater kingdom. This man sees himself as the protector of the oceans and regards himself, without irony, as monarch and caretaker of 2/3 of the globe. Confidence to be admired, the highest form of arrogance. Aquaman would have both his homes, above and below the water, live in unity. But the Atlanteans have lived for centuries in isolation for a reason. And all too often, Atlantis is at odds with the surface. Spindrift Station, an embassy intended to foster relations between both worlds, is his crowning achievement. But whom does it serve? Atlantis, or Arthur's ego? To many, Arthur is a menace. The king of an alien race that hides below our seas. A rogue monarchy, unwilling to bend or negotiate. Despite his heroics and association with the Justice League, he is mocked and minimized. The man that spoke to fish will be his epitaph. He is a man of two worlds, beloved by neither. So then why does he persist, you ask? I will tell you. Mera, his wife and queen, is the pillar of his strength. Without her, he would sink under the weight of two worlds, and the sea he cares so much for would drown him. He is a noble man, a man of peace, a king to an unaccepting nation, and most importantly, a husband. And I will take all of that from him. I will destroy Spindrift Station, his monument to peace. I will tear the last shred of confidence both land and sea possess in him. I will rob him of hope and love, and force him to witness his precious queen's final breath. And then, I will finish him and complete my life's purpose. Because no matter what Arthur Curry pretends to be, Aquaman is a murderer. And my father's death